Welcome everybody. I'm going to do a special video. I had a cancellation, so I thought that I would just do a real quick video. May not be all that quick. I only have so much time, so let's not waste any words. Let's go ahead and get started. I'm going to go straight to the YouTube page when we get back. Okay, so the first stop is the dashboard. 1,600 subscribers. Thank you, everybody. I know that probably doesn't sound like a lot to probably most of you, but I'm really appreciative. And it was several months ago. I remember just passing like 400, and it seemed like it was just taking forever. Phoenix from PIR sent a lot of you over here, and I really appreciate that. So I want another shout out to Phoenix. Thank you all for being here. Again, I note the number of subscribers not because I'm in it for the number of subscribers, if you know what I mean, but it's growing, and it's growing every day. It's speeding up. I'm an Aquarian, so I don't even really want the attention, but that's noteworthy in my book, and I just wanted to thank you for that. Now, here's some comments. And I haven't responded to any of them yet, so they should all still be here in my dashboard. When I respond to them, they tend to go away off of my comment section, which I don't really like that. I think it's the tags that I can use up here. But anyway, all right. MH Pagan says, thanks again, Chris. Very generous and informative report. Glad you're feeling better. Enjoy your weekend. You, Pagan, you enjoy your weekend as well. I think we all would benefit by connecting back with Earth. And we may not have a choice. We may just do that anyway. But thanks for the comments. All right. And I might as well do my likes here as well as I'm doing this. All right. No one you know. Hey, Chris, can you detail out some steps on astro.com? using extended chart selection, how to find which house the eclipse is in for people. Okay, so this is a big one, and I got to be honest, this is probably the straw that broke the camel's back in terms of I think I really need to do another video. So that's this. Thank you for the comment, but I think it's the main reason for this video. I'm going to plan on responding to everybody here, but I did go to astro.com. I'm not a regular here, so I'm just kind of figuring this out with you. You know what? I know you said extended chart, and we'll talk about some of these systems like the default house system. All right, so the goal, for those of you who aren't aware, the goal here is to create a chart so that you can know where the eclipse lies in your housing system, so your birth chart. Now, here's the trick. What we're wanting is a static chart of the time of the eclipse. And that's in essence what a natal chart is. I know that natal means birth. This is supposed to be a birth chart. And this is the eclipse. This is I created a birth chart for the eclipse. And you can do that. And this is the simple one, just to do a natal chart. But instead of putting your birth data in, you're not going to put your birth data in there. You're going to put, for the birthday, you're going to put the 14th of December. Everyone's going to put the 14th of December. I don't even care if you're in England trying to do some quick math. I think everybody should be 14th of December 2020 for this eclipse. And then for me, I'm in the central zone, Central Standard Time. It's about 10:15, I believe. So that's now this one's, oh, that's what happened. Okay. Whenever I put numbers over here, it messes with my video. All right. Well, I've got to keep track of that. Let's see. How am I going to do that? Well, anyway, 15. All right. It worked. And then you put in where you are right now. I'm in Lowell, Arkansas, or close to it. 10:15 a.m. You hit continue. Now, the only problem with this is you're going to get the default housing system. I'm going to talk about the housing system here in a second, but here's the static chart for 10:15 a.m. Central Standard Time where I'm standing, and then you have to find your sun sign. Now, you plot your sun sign on the chart. Mine's early Aquarius. It's actually right there on the ascendant at 7 degrees. But, doing a lot of details here. It does matter because ultimately you've got to figure out where what house your sun sign in. The house is, in ancient astrology, determines which topic areas the stars or the energy is going to cover in that whatever is in that house. And the first house is about self and your identity and how people perceive you and that sort of thing. It's a very commensurate with the ascendant, but I don't want to go through a whole instruction manual here. It's just the housing system. Each house represents something different. And even though this static chart says that the eclipse is 11 in the 11th house, that just happens to be true for me. But for most of you, that's not going to be the case. I mean, in terms of your birth chart. So what you have to do is you have to plot your sun sign. Let's say you're on the same birthday. Let's say it's very early Aquarius. Well, this is your birth sun. So my birth sun, well, it's not. It's right on the ascendant. This is a bad example. I'm a bad example on here. If it's very early Aquarius, your sun would be plotted here, which is in the 12th house on this static chart. So you would start counting from there. So this would be the first house that you're in. So this would be 2, 3, 4. You can just add 1 to whatever house you're in. And the eclipse would be in the 12th house. The 12th house is the one adjacent, the first house from where you are. Oh, I know that's probably not sounding very confusing. But let's say that it's a late Aquarius. So now the sun is over here. It's on this chart on the first house. So you would start counting from here. So it'd be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Is basically this housing system is correct. So if your birth sign sun is right in here, then the eclipse would be in your 11th house. Now let's say if you're a Cancer, let's say early Cancer, you'd plot your birth sun on this chart, and it would be right here in the 5th house on this chart. So you start counting 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7th. So you would be in the 7th. The eclipse would be in your 7th house, which is like marriage and close partnerships, relationships. If it's late Cancer, so let's say it's that at the tail end of Cancer, so you'd plot your sun right here. You're looking at the 6th house, but you'd call this the first. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. It'd be the 6th house. And on we go. Now, what determines there are gobs of different kinds of housing systems, and you can I believe choose those. So let's go there now. The default housing system. Now, I use the Placidus system for the surf reports, but you notice that because we're all scattered across the world, it makes no sense to talk about the housing system. The housing's only good for the static position right now, wherever you're standing. And then that ascendant is created right then and there. And then wherever the ascendant is, depending on which housing system, all the rest of the houses are then inferred. The Placidus system, I don't want to go through all the... when I went through my training, I had to learn probably most of these, but it's been so long. I really don't remember the differences. And really what you have to do is work with a couple of them. There are a lot of arguments online which ones are the most accurate. You have to determine for yourself what's most accurate, and you can do that by looking at what the houses mean. You can look that up, and then look at some major events in your life and see if it makes sense. If that was in the first house, second house, etc. You can do it that way. The whole house, the whole sign system is very easy, and a lot of people swear by it. I use the Placidus system only because in vibrational astrology, which is what the software that I use is based off of. So it's right here. As you can see, the houses are not the same size, and that's it's because of how it's calculated. I don't want to go into too much detail. There's a lot of theory in here, and in vibrational astrology, it's also known as evidence-based astrology. So they use all these different charts of famous people, and we see their events over the course of their life, and so it's based on history. It creates a trail of accuracy, if you will. And then vibrational astrology also looks at the distance of each planet to each other, and also known as like the angle. And then it converts those into a frequency, so you can have a frequency chart. I'm no expert on that. I haven't gone through that training, so I don't even know how to use it really. That's why I don't use it. But this software is very powerful. You can use the whole sign system, and in that system, each sign is worth one house, and it's very simple. And a lot of people again swear by that. So this one, I believe, this one is also the Placidus. It's the default, I believe, and the whole sign system would just take this. It would cut off the first house right there on Aquarius, and then this would become the second house, third house, fourth. Then it would just basically go by sign. It's called the whole sign housing system. I have seen all the argument, not all, I've seen a lot of arguments one way or the other, and they all make sense to me. You just really have to play with it and see what works best with you, and just use your own life, for example. And so, for example, you could do the whole sequence here with the eclipse in your own chart with a whole house system. Note where it is, on which house it's in, and then come back, refresh the chart with the Placidus system and see if it's in the same house. If it's overlapped, that's a really good sign. It's a lot of emphasis that that's the right sign for that, for your particular birth chart. Again, you're not putting your birth information in. The only time you put your birth information is when after you've created this static chart. Otherwise, I call it just the natal chart. We obviously call it like a transit chart, what's happening right now. It's a snapshot. And keep in mind too, the moon and the sun have to be exactly the same. So if it's not, you're going to have to change the time on there, and you just simply go to edit birth chart. You just go to edit, and then you change it to 22. I don't know why. Anyway, there we go. All right. So I hope that answers the question. Let me know if it doesn't, but hopefully that helps. And you want to do that before Monday so that you know what house the eclipse is going to affect for the next 6 months, and which one do you want to really envision and push forth the desired outcome of the material in that house. Hope that makes sense. And VSV, so glad you're feeling better. I am too. Lots of zinc, lots of chest tapping, which, man, my sleep's gotten it's incredible. Sleep's gotten better. And so thank you. I am feeling a lot better. Never apologize for giving us a long report. How am I doing on time? 2:43. So thank you. Should I try to pronounce it? Saria. Thank you. I appreciate those comments. A Right to Know says, "Whoa, message delivered, message received." Say classic. And that was over on the fortune cookie thing. Thank you for responding to the posts. Yeah, that fortune cookie is right here. And I still have it. It was amazing because the other side, for some reason, says mustache. And I just happened to, I had shaved everything, kind of tailored my beard and everything into a real short stubble, except for I had forgotten to finish off the mustache. And that was that same freaking day. So this is a very important fortune cookie. It basically says, luck will visit you on the next new moon. And then it had the number 35. Incredible. We had the I Ching 35 on the last surf report. All right, Milos, synchronicity. Yes, I agree. How you doing, Milos? Linda says, just a great big thank you. Well, great big thank you in return. Thanks, Linda. Gracious Love says, thank you so much, brother. Awesome report. The whole thymus tapping things is totally a wonderful way to boost the immune system. It sounds like a lot of you already knew that stuff. That was new to me. A lot of you have the similar handles on YouTube. Not a complaint whatsoever, but not for me to say. Says, man, great as always. Okay, thanks for subscribing on Rumble and BitChute. A lot of people had a problem getting over to Rumble, finding National Dream Center there. The search engine sucks. I think we're going to have a comment down later with that. And I did end up putting the link in the last video. I pinned a comment, so look for that one. Look for the link if you didn't find the Rumble. I'm a 49-year-old guy with Sun, Cancer, Moon, Virgo, and Ascendant Sagittarius. Wow, this is going to be supercharged. And I wonder where in Sag. Are you a late Sag or an early Sag? That's the question, not for me to say, because they could be in the second house, but it's probably going to be on your first house, this eclipse. So that means that your whole identity, the way that you perceive life, the way that you see it out, and then in return, the mirrors that you get back from the world and how they perceive you, all that changes over the next 6 months. But it may be in the second house. So that's your what you consider worth, your worth and money stuff, finances. I don't know much other than, but people I have asked about it told me my birth chart has too much conflict. Does that make sense? Basically said it sucks. Well, it's a lot of fire and maybe a lot of deep philosophy. I don't know. You'd probably hard to pin down. I've spent some time with some Sagittarians, and they want, like the rest of us, they want marriages, they want contracts, they want agreements and stuff, but they don't want to be held down. They just want to go, and they can be very deeply conflicted with that. Yeah, so up in heart. Sophie says you deserve it, and fortune shines on the brave. Thank you. And if I have time, I don't think I'll have time, but I intend on doing a video on my resignation papers from the Air Force, and I want to read for you what I've said and why I left the military at that time. And I still stand by it today. Anyway, I'll do that video Maybe read that later in this video, but only if I have time. Heyoka. It's just some symbols, but hey, that helps. Each comment helps. So thank you. Even if it's just a little heart, or even if it's a down thumb or something, it still helps. So thank you. Lucky is saying a big hello. Absolutely love to watch your videos. Thanks, Amara. I hope you have a good weekend. Chrissy, aloha. Wonderful to see the comments from Hawaii. I'm guessing based on these hello words, it seemed very Hawaiian. It's awesome. And if so, I hope everything's going well down there. Carmen says, all is well, so good. Thanks, Chris. You are not the only one that finds many things very interesting. The past couple of weeks has been difficult. Both my sun and moon are in Sag. Excellent. Today I've finally been blessed with relief. Well, good. And then after listening to your report, I'm grateful for more clarity. Blessings. Yeah, blessings to you, Carmen. I love how you include some of your personal experiences in here just about each week. It helps. It helps to know that these reports are having a positive effect. Ivis, that's so cool. Thank you. Thanks for the comment again. Thank you, as always, for your report. I appreciate the correlation with the good patriots conquering evil. Me too. And it can't go away because I've been a patriot. I didn't know the extent of the deep state, and but I knew something, and I can prove that with my resignation papers, which ended up being a retirement. But anyway, there's Chrissy again with Mahalo. I don't know how to pronounce it, but it sure looks Hawaiian. Shamali Campbell says, awesome report. Thank you so much. Shalami, thanks for being here. Thanks for the comment. It really does help. Planet Warriors, I'll say it. Trump is destroying the criminal cabal. He will serve another 4 years. End of story. I really like that comment. Sophie says, Planet Warriors. We are. And you don't have to be a patriot, like a veteran to be a patriot. Supposedly we've got our coastlines protected, surrounded, allegedly by the Navy. Who knows if these reports are true or not? Who knows if it's unusual that they're sitting off the coast, if it's true. But man, looking at the astrology, you guys are all over it, because we're just 6 days away from these mammoth squares starting to coagulate in the sky, and the pressure, the conflict. I don't know if you guys have seen that video of the murder attempt. And it was one of the Michigan the whistleblowers, and allegedly four different attempts to kill this person. I don't know which whistleblower it was, but this video had the shots. This guy's in the car in the parking lot. She gets out of the car, starts shooting at her car, or his car. I don't know if it was a girl or a guy, but unbelievable. They're trying to keep their dominance, and there really is a war out there. So stay safe, everybody. Planet Warriors, yes. A new American Republic on a solid foundation of equality and unity. Yeah, that's not so much equality. I like that. I absolutely like that. But with the Saturn going into Aquarius, I think it's much more about the uniqueness. And when you have freedom and uniqueness and discovery, that's all Aquarius. And that's Saturn and Jupiter going into Aquarius. Some people call that the age of Aquarius, but that disagrees with some other theories. And I'm not saying it's wrong. It's just different. But equality, I don't think it's going to be front and center. Unity will. Unity will, because that is a very Aquarian thing. I'm not saying equality is bad, but it's not the front value. It's freedom. It's revealing everything revealed. It's disclosure. It's all out there, and it'll probably look and feel very inequality, especially as you look at the way things have been and as those disclosures happen. This reading is so on target for me. Hey, hugs to you. Thanks, Sophie. And I'm not saying that equality is bad. I got to make sure that I don't get misinterpreted here. It's just not the primary focus of the Aquarius. It's more of a maybe a Libra thing, which, it's air signs. And a lot of people, probably everybody will want it. Unity will definitely be part of this because the Aquarian energy is collective concern. It's the irony of collective concern, but don't infringe on my freedom. That is the major push of Aquarius. And the Democrat treason is unfolding. I couldn't agree more. And they're fighting it, aren't they, Brett? The next 2 months are going to be outstanding. Get the popcorn before there's a run on it. Love it. Absolutely love it. Yeah, I want front row seats. I think I deserve the front row seats because of the those resignation papers I talked about. Rosie, I love this. Ready to fly, rise above, open new doors, burn the bridge, open the gate, break through. I love that. Right now. And then booms, boom, boom. I love this energy. Rosie, are you a fire sign? Just a guess. But I love that. All those symbols in there too. A lot of booms in there. Jay Back says, excellent report. I also listened to Laura Walker, who said the same timeline for the new beginning. It's very exciting. I was wondering if you provided paid services for explaining birth charts. I looked it up, but I'm not exactly sure what it all means. Yes, I actually do birth charts. I am full for the rest of the year, and we can do tropical astrology. We can do human design. Human design is the astrology on steroids because it uses the I Ching, it uses the hexagrams, it uses the Kabbalah with the chakra system. And I think it's 9 chakras, but it's about the gates and the energy. When we do that rave mandala, that's from the human design, and the rave mandala is in the middle. I don't have an example for you, but yeah, go to interzention.com. Oh, wait, I guess that cursor doesn't show it. But anyway, go down below. You see little scrollies, and it's interzention.com and contact. And on the contact page, you can just tell me you want to get a birth chart done. That chart, mind-blowing. It's why he was chosen. I was thinking the exact same thing, Eagle Eye. Absolutely. LT says, pausing at 5:15, one of my dogs, my Chow Chow Girl Essence, died last week. Oh, man. Yeah, so it was, the word dog was on the Dreambot. So you think there's a connection there? You know what's interesting? Now that you say that, LT, and I'm sorry for your dog. I had a client who just lost another dog. There's a meme, a collective meme about dog, and I'm just now remembering this, but someone had said, I'm just seeing dog everywhere on the news. What's up with dog? There's something to this, but anyway, sorry for your loss, LT. Milos, priceless. Thank you. You're welcome, Milos. Thanks for the comment each week. They're short. They don't have to be long. You can just say hi, and it helps out the station. So thank you. Joanne, awesome reading. Greetings from Canada. Man, Trudeau, jeez. Let me know what the solution is there. He's a total sellout. He's bringing in the Chinese to do all their training there. And that's what's got a lot of people freaked out. They got the Chinese troops up there on the north border. And then what the Navy set up, at least this is the U.S. set up to protect us from what? Is it from the Chinese that Trudeau's bringing down? Don't know, but he's definitely a sympathizer at a minimum. Well, thank you, Joanne. Elsie Guerrero. Thank you. Very interesting. Merry Christmas. Merry Christmas to you as well. Feliz Navidad. And Randy is releasing a game project based on particle physics, Cyclotronica, this week. Give us a link when you get it. You've been around so long. That's not spam, my friend, Randy. All right. Link us. Let us know when it's done. This will be the focus for the next 6 months, as it can be a financial game changer. Well, excellent. I know you've been struggling, Randy, so my heart goes out to you, and get her done, all right? And Kat, your report, always spot on, Chris. Again, distinct correlation on how things are changing, use of intuition in art, and created some, Kat had actually sent me this latest artwork, and I've got to tell you, it's amazing. The colors are amazing. It's all done by hand and then finally put into digital media. So it's amazing. Well done, Kat, and thanks for sharing your art with me. Kirsten, I have been anxiously waiting for the report. Honestly, I was too. And the more that I prepared for this report, the more unbelievable ahas that were found. And I'm sure there's probably more that I missed, and I didn't go out looking for these ahas in the report. It's just there. Anyway, I am already going through some doozies physically. So it tells me a lot of things are coming to the surface. The Ophiuchus information reminds me of the black hole sun. Yep, because of the eclipse being right there. Yes. I thought of that too, and I didn't want to get copyrighted, but Black Hole Sun by Soundgarden, which brings me to Chris Cornell. And he was a patriot, to my understanding, a patriot, and was going to blow the lid off of the whole pedophilia thing, and then somehow committed suicide, or he was suicided. Oh, man, these people are relentless. And Chris says, Chris is the man. Thanks for all you do. I appreciate you, Chris. Great name, Chris. And Noel says, thank you again for your great report. I've been looking forward to this one, and me too. This one, the next, 6 surf reports are going to be very interesting, I think, just based on sheer astrology. And thanks, Noel. Thanks for the comment. It really does help this station. Not for me to say is another comment, but this one for the video. I've been waiting for this week. I haven't even catched it yet, but we'll ASAP. Yep. People know this is a big one because you got the eclipse there, you got the Electoral College, and so on and so forth. Teresa says, wait, you're based in Arkansas? I'm in Springfield. Yep, Springfield, what, about a couple hours away? So, hey, and Missouri and Arkansas are both on the, I want to say, good side of things of this war coming up. So Arkansas, I think, was before, but Missouri joined the Texas movement. So glad to see Missouri make it as well. I'm so glad Arkansas is on the Texas side. Teresa says, hey, so excited. And then we have last week's comments. So everybody, thank you for those comments. And if you wait, you know what I'll do? Because the big shift is happening, I'm going to go read my resignation papers. So I'm going to put this on and I'll be right back. righty. So here it is. I framed it. And I haven't prepared this, so I might stop in the middle of my comment if I feel like it's just too personal. But I'm planning on reading my request to get out of the Air Force. So here's my justification. It's about 10 years ago, by the way. I love the Air Force and all of the opportunities it afforded me and my family over the past years. However, due to substantial hardship in the current world crisis, if you remember about 10 years ago, we were having a different crisis. The needs of my family outweigh any attempt at finishing what most people would consider an easy road to the final years. I do not hold or harbor any ill feelings towards the strongest, most dedicated Air Force the world has ever seen. And I will be cheering from the grandstands when you, the United States Air Force, find and eradicate the true enemies of our cherished republic. And that statement was directly made in the face of all the foreign wars that we were fighting. And if you can read into that, it was saying that obviously we're not fighting the real enemies. And that was the main reason that I decided to leave. So we weren't fighting the right enemies. Now it looks like we finally have somebody, a commander-in-chief, who is fighting the bona fide enemy, the real enemy, the true enemies of our cherished republic. And so that's why I want a front seat. That's why I'm keeping track of the latest news as many places as I can get it. I'm dedicated to doing what I can to free us. I am an Aquarian, and I want to have my own personal freedoms, but I want everyone else to have theirs as well. And I want knowledge. I want disclosure. I want technology that's for us and not used against us. And we're going to do this, guys, gals. Thanks for your help. Thanks for your fire. Thanks for your unrelenting progress towards the objective and staying on track. Hold the line, Patriots, and we will see you in another surf report just in a few days. Got another one coming up. It's probably going to be a big one too. Take care, everybody. Thanks again. Thank you. Have a good weekend.